The Mexican-American War by Christy, Tony, Colton, and Casey. Finally, a little bit of peace, right? I don't think so, at least not yet. Soon after Texas won its independence, there was another issue in hand. Who would get Texas? Let the tug of war begin. The whole thing started with the need and wanting of land in the West. The United States' manifest destiny was to possess the land from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. But with more trouble over who would get Texas and land in the West, this whole idea could just go down the toilet. In 1845, Texas was declared a slave state by the United States. This was an act of war in some of the Mexicans' views. To top it all, there was still no place where the borderline lay for Mexico and Texas, but Mexico did not give up on what they truly thought was theirs. This is when Zachary Taylor came into the picture. President Polk ordered General Zachary Taylor to station troops on the northern bank of the Rio Grande. Rio Grande at the time was still part of land that had not been claimed by either Texas or Mexico. Mexico, then thinking this was truly war, attacked the American troops. 2 days after the attack, Congress finally declared war. Soon after the war began, General Stephen Kearny was sent in. His goal was to capture New Mexico. While doing this, he persuaded Mexican troops to give over New Mexico without one gunshot. Right after this happened, he went off to claim California. In California, many Americans led the Bear Flag Revolt. They were revolting against Mexican rule. They then arrested the Mexican commander of Northern California, and the rebels declared themselves independent. From then on, California was known as the Republic of California. The Mexican troops proved that winning this war was far more difficult than it seemed. The U.S. Army invaded from 2 different directions, one being in northern Mexico, led by General Taylor. After General Taylor and his troops went through another battle, Santa Anna retreated from the Battle of Buena Vista, and the war in North Mexico was over. The second direction, being a force led by General Scott, went in southern Mexico with another victory. The war ended with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo on February 2, 1848. In this treaty, Mexico gave up Texas, and the Rio Grande was part of the borderline. They also gave up a huge piece of land known as the Mexican Cession. Present-day states that included in this territory were California, Nevada, Utah, most of Arizona, and parts of New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. The last bit of land sold to the U.S. was what is now known for today, the southern part of New Mexico and Arizona. Finally, in 1848, the United States stretched from sea to shining sea, known as our manifest destiny.